Hi guys, this is a beautiful book called Hindsight 2020, and it's all about how artists and poets have responded to the past year, presented by Hudson Guild, curated by Jim Furlong, as we see here. I know you don't have the book, it's on digital, and I just want to show it to you physical so you can see it all. Of course, we all know who this is. If you don't, climb from under your rock and get with the times. So there was over 200 submissions for this art piece, and 50 were included, including my piece. That's why I want to show you all. It's all about the past year, but it's not necessarily about BLM. It's about our response to the pandemic, our response to BLM, our response of being isolated, our response of the governments, dealing with everything happening in the world. And I'm just really excited to share with you this beautiful book. So this is obviously about race, this part. And then we have a beautiful photograph taken by me. I took this during one of the protests that I biked to, obviously, before I broke my leg. And this is Washington Square Park by West 4th Street in Manhattan of New York City. And as you see, there are a bunch of people out with posters wearing masks, all for one cause, BLM, of all different colors, ethnicities, ages, heights, weights, everything. And here, this is actually included in the Breathe project that my other Statue of Liberty was included in. And this is a newspaper cover from 1986, but the real message is what has really changed, because every year it's the same message of, well, you know. So here's more BLM racial art. And here we go into the pandemic. I believe this is Lincoln Tunnel, if I'm not mistaken, which is like crazy because it's very empty. It reminds me of the Not the New York I Know that I did. And these are healthcare workers. Here we have a beautiful poem, COVID Wall by Helen Peterson. Once we were of one breath, until the mask came between us. COVID separates us like a wall. My eyes fill with tears. My voice cracks. I can't stand to see him grow weaker and weaker and weaker. My body wants to strengthen his, limp like a bagpipe without air. I want to cradle him close, rock away the pain in his limbs. COVID separates us like a wall. Now he sleeps alone in our intimate bed, next to the air conditioner, cooling his fever. I sleep on the couch. Ouch. I miss cuddling with him. COVID separates us like a wall. I miss his smile savoring sweets, but his tongue tastes nothing. His tummy turns inside out. He runs and rips off his mask. COVID separates us like a wall. Oh, I want a wrecking ball to demolish the COVID wall. Wow. There's more poetry here about the pandemic. That Was the Winter by Paula Prager. That was the winter the pandemic hit, like a bat slamming humanity. Proximity to people ill-advised. Don't touch me and I won't touch you. My world's closed. Volunteering at MoMA, screen printing, taking Tai Chi, communicate by telephone or electronic device. Strange how we are barred from a shared space. The walls of my apartment move in on me, threaten to squeeze me until I am flattened. How will I inflate? Am I like a broken balloon? Yet I can live with solitude, be productive, write poems, and make collages that please me. I find joy, but also anxiety. For no reason I can figure, that's okay. I don't let it stop me. I am a trooper. Oh, this is right by my old gym. This is interesting. These are people performing in the subway. Their masks / hats are really cool looking. I hope it actually protects them. I think it does. Okay. Homeless person in New York. Relevant. Oh, this is kind of funny. Iris the virus versus Maxine the vaccine. Interesting. The mannequins are wearing masks. Oh, that was when we were at 100,000. Ha! Now we're at 400,000. I wonder, why is that? Maybe because the administration didn't protect us. What? Okay. In Hudson River Park on a sunny Tuesday morning by Michelle Herman. A jogger jogs by without a mask. A woman on a bench hollers at him. The jogger hollers back, suck my dick, each tells the other. I forget in which order. I have immunity, asshole, he yells, but she doesn't hear or maybe care. A few more assholes fill the air, a motherfucker or two. I can afford health care, he yells before he shrinks to a dot and disappears. When I read this out loud, I was like, that's fucked up. Wow. Some people do think like that, though, you know? People who believe that people should have worked harder and should have all the savings in the world and should still have a job when there's 40 million unemployed. It's probably less now, but still, because we didn't work hard enough. No, actually working hard enough doesn't matter when it comes to being unemployed in a pandemic that your government didn't protect you from. But that's another story. Oh, speaking of politics, here we are. Great. Politics. This work is part of a series about human ignorance that I am working on in class at the Brooklyn Latin School. In the summer of 2020, I read a field guide to lies, critical thinking in the information age, that discusses lies and how people manipulate information to make it seem like the truth. This immediately made me think of a wolf in sheep's clothing, pretending to be something it is not. Just like nowadays, information is not always what it seems to be. Yup, like QAnon. Okay. What is climate change? Oh, what climate change? Interesting. I know who those are. Them. Yes. This is interesting. The Dawn is Gone. Oh, I love reading that. By Lorraine Conquista. I hope I said that right. Heartless tyrant, spawn of Satan, the other virus, corroder of life and country, recoil back into your fiery lair. Let us be free again. May God bless our precious democracy. Amen, amen. I am snapping. My hands are too dry, though, from washing them all the time because of the virus. Great. Personal. The beast battles the people. Interesting. I really liked this one when I saw it. This one's cool. Then we have this one. I am adding a lot more color to keep me from going insane. Usually my work has one or more hues of color in one family. Now it is everything, altogether very bright. I respect her. I feel lonely. Yeah. Oh, I love these. There's a really cool one in Brooklyn that's just in glass. It's like mosaic. It's really cool. It actually doesn't work anymore, but it's pretty neat. You can only see it driving though. With the city quiet and still during the first early months of the pandemic, I was drawn to the stolid waters towers as a subject. They seemed to be sentinels watching over the unfolding drama below. True. I don't know what kind of exercise this guy is doing or what he's eating, but I would love to know. Thank you. Okay. At the Water by Michelle Tokarczyk. Walking the edge of the Hudson River that 7 years ago swelled onto the shore, flooding living rooms, subway tunnels, pooling on the concrete, reflecting a city watching, hunkering down. My sister watched a roof-sized tree careen toward her house, barely missed my husband's 6 safe flights up. No power, no batteries, 6 long flights. All of us morning people drowned at home or in torrential streets. New York City now swept in a pandemic wave. Hospitals swelling beyond capacity, not enough ventilators, not enough masks, nerves stretched to the limits of elasticity. Visit the sick, we cannot. Bury the dead, we will try. As I watch the ducks bob with the waves, my mind pulls my loved ones close. I want to hold them here in a place where they can watch the waves, where they can feel the sun's rays, where they may tremble. But where danger never reaches them, where nothing troubles the water and the water recedes. I've begun to call this year 2020 division. COVID-19, racial inequality, some people protesting they are losing their privilege, poor leadership, all have been enough to put the whole country on benzos. However, that is the adult perspective. When I spend time with my grandchildren at my son's house in rural upstate New York, all I see is them enjoying life. What a beautiful gift it is to be an innocent child in the midst of this unprecedented time. The children have a sense of the events which are occurring, but they expect the big people to clean up this mess. True. And we do have to clean up this mess. Because I don't want these kids growing up in this craziness, including my niece. All right. And here is our little ending page. We have all the names, all of the artists, all of the pieces. And as you see, number 5 is still from Not the New York I Know, the video series I put together of me and my biking in the pandemic by me. But yeah, I'm really excited to be in this. Thank you so much for all of the artists who have contributed. It's beautiful work. And Hindsight 2020. Here we are. Happy 2021.